Good morning, all of you, and welcome all for the today's session. So, I'm specially introduce Dr. Jonathan, a respected expert in sports science and holistic studies. For his extensive experience in integrating yoga into athletic training, Dr. Jonathan will share insights on how yoga can boost performance, mental health, and overall well-being. Following his lecture, he will offer practical tips for athletes to incorporate into their routine. So look forward to insightful session and with your active participation.
Okay, very good morning all.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, today we are going to discuss about very interesting
Fail to detect your speaker. Please make sure your speaker is properly connected. Connect, yeah.
Hello. I hear me. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. We are going to today discuss regarding the prospective approaches and applications of yoga and physical activity for better life. So according this topic, so then we can discuss the yoga and the physical activities.
TA.
And how to develop in our life. So
Connect பண்ணிதான் செய்யறதா?
then you can go through these slides. The best brain of the nations may found of the last bench of the classroom. So this is Dr. Abdul Kalam says that very nice, interesting word. So then move to the brief discussion about this. Why I am taking this topic to discuss with the new students who are waiting for enter the university environment. So this new millennium, this current lifestyles to lead a lot of diseases and the different type of lifestyles. We are change the lifestyle according in our needs. So in our lifestyles will change. So every people are nowadays go behind the money. Expenditures is more. Then work stress is more. So people are suffering the chronic diseases because they have changed the lifestyles, fulfill their lifespan. So automatically they are away from the natural environment. So I took it the two component in here, yoga exercises and the physical activity. This is a basic concept to every human being. If you come on the specific people, especially for the sports or different type of peoples need a different type of activities. So that's why I am taking this yoga and physical activities are common for every human being. So at the same time, this yoga and physical activity go parallel with the recreations factors also. So lack of physical activities, lack of physical activities lead to disease. So it's a disease occurs to every human being because of lack of activities. So become a good person or healthy person in the society, we need to involve the physical activities. You will be creating the better life. So the purpose of lifestyle, we are changing our lifestyle because of our needs. Go back to the 50 years back. The peoples are very healthy because they are living with a natural environment. Their food habits, their culture, everything, they are living with the natural environment. Nowadays, we are going away from the natural environment. So this is a one point we are changed in our life. When we are go away from the natural environment, definitely we are affected from the diseases. So other components also, they are sometimes you ask you from your mind because sir says physical activities and yoga is very essential to maintaining our lifestyle. The better life, we are creating the better life. Without nutrition, without another components, how it's possible, like you say, that's also important, but it's an essential, very important fact, this activities. Right? So that's why I am taking this topic. The new generation people must identify these issues nowadays. From the childhood to adults, they have different type of diseases. Still now, some medical consultants, they cannot find which kind of diseases affect to the people. So how we can minimize these issues? Then how we can creating our life in the better way? So I am giving simple discussion with you. I think some people are, I hope everyone not involved the physical activity in your school time. Sometimes you do the sports activities. So this is my objective today, the understanding need yoga exercises and physical activities to creating the good healthy person. So what is mean by health? The World Health Organization define the meaning of health: physically, mentally, socially, emotionally well-being person as a healthy person. This is World Health Organization's define the definition of health. So I am discuss with this knowledge with you because you are the younger generation people. Right? So why I am bring this knowledge to the younger generation? Because you need to share this knowledge to everywhere. The physically, mentally, socially, emotionally well-being person as a healthy person that the World Health Organization define. So if you are not fit with physical, if you are not fit with mental, if you are not fit with social factors, you are not a healthy person. So before we are discussing that main part of this lectures, so how we can develop the physical factors, how we can develop the mental factor, how we can develop the social factors. Every human being need to develop in the 3-4 components to become a healthy person. How can we identify this country is healthy? Every human being having health fit definitely is a country become health. So the younger generations peoples are having full responsibility, big responsibility hang in the country in the stocks level. That's why we can discuss with you in this topic. So everyone cannot go for the ground. Everyone cannot do the physical exercises, trainings because lack of time. So it's a lack of time. The people cannot involve the physical activities, the exercises. So people are affected from the diseases as soon as early. So that's why this is yoga and physical activity we can do the day by day inside the house or during the work. That's why we can suggest these two components we can easy to develop in our health. Because we cannot find the time. Why? Because in our lifestyle. Right? So we can move to this introduction simply. What is mean by yoga? What is mean by physical activity? What are the opportunities I have under the yoga? What are the opportunities I have physical activity? The yoga is very essential activities. These words derive from Sanskrit. This especially the yoga activities start from India. The word yoga means unit. The one unit. This is derived from Sanskrit word. Sanskrit means duty. To join everyone is one pot. So we can develop physical, mental, social factors and the emotional factors through the yoga activities because the yoga is very key fact to develop in the all component during the one activities, one exercise. Because mental and physical is very involved in this activity. When start the yoga activities, your concentration ability, the neuromuscular coordination, skeletal functions developed. So you are easy to develop in your physical activity, physical fitness. So you don't need to find the good place to do these yoga activities. The small places are enough to do these so yoga activities. So you don't worry about that, the introduction or this regarding the yoga, but you want to know that how do you do the yoga? What are the benefits aside behind? Right? So the lack of physical activities lead to diseases. So we need to minimize the diseases. How we can minimize the diseases? How we can creating a life is better. So we go for the yoga activities every day, half an hour, 45 minutes, or 15 minutes, 35 minutes, right? You need to find the places. If it's on the spot, you can do. With the chair, you can use. When you are sleeping, you can do, right? So you want to find the small time period. Right? So yoga develop in your postures, increase intake the oxygen, enhance the function of all the systems, effect of the emotional benefits. When you participate the yoga activities, that ultimately leads towards long-term health and well-being. You become a, right? This is the aim of the yoga. So why we are going to do the yoga? The postures factors, right? Postures. So go for the postures means in your standing postures, sleeping postures, sitting postures, walking postures, right? The different type of postures, every human being. If your postures is wrong, the wrong postures, the wrong movement pattern lead to diseases, injuries. Right? How to sit, how to sleep, how to walk, right? This knowledge we are learned from the childhood time. But we are not follow these cultural factors, we affected from the injuries because in our movement was changed. So correct postures develop in your physical health, develop in your fitness. So in your walking style is wrong, in your sleeping style is wrong, in your sitting postures is wrong. When you are travel by bus, you're maintaining in your sitting postures. When you are working with the computer, you want to sit properly. So if the postural factors are not properly you maintaining, so automatically that poor postural positions lead to injuries and diseases. So you cannot go for the goals. So struggle. But if the yoga helped you when you are starting the yoga exercises, that is help to you develop in your postures factors, correct posture. Because when you are starting the yoga, that the positions, the movement pattern, everything is teach to you to develop in your postural factors. Second one, increase in taking the oxygen consumed. So this is very important. You see then every activity, when we are starting the activity, that time we are inhale and exhale. Normally we are breathe in and breathe out. But we cannot say to thanks to God or some environment. Then when you are eating the mangoes, we cannot say the thanks to mango trees. We can observe the sunlight. We cannot say the thanks to the sun. But unnecessarily, we can say the thanks to another factors. Sometime in your boyfriend giving the mobile, you say thanks. Sometimes some girls give the chocolate, you can say thanks. No. So we want to identify where we are stand. We are not giving the thanks to any environmental factors, any natural factors. Because unconsciously we are breathe and breathe out is regularly we are doing every seconds, every fraction of second. Once we stop, we are struggling in the breathing, we can lead to the heart attacks. So this yoga exercises very important to increase in our breathing capacity, lung capacity, because the yoga, one component of exercise are categorized, classified breathing exercises. These breathing exercises I demonstrate next time. The breathing exercises categorized is different way. So normally we are breathing, technically we are breathing. So automatically we are developed in our lungs and in our circulatory system capacity. Strong in our cardio muscles. So when we are intake the good air, fresh air, so we feel free, we feel happy, we generate in our mind. So automatically in our happiness, lead to minimize in our diseases, lead to minimize or reduce in our stress level. So once we are reduced in our stress level, we feel comfortable. The stress is a very dangerous position for every human being. So we reduce in our stress level, automatically we are released from the lot of chronic diseases. That is true. I accept it. So you feel that now you see that early morning to night, midnight, you are working, so that working stress. When you are working under some employers, that people are giving the stress to you. So this stress lead to damage in your body. So when you feel happiness, so inhale the good air, then your breathing technique is developed, then your intake, the oxygen amount will increase. So I think you know that when you are taking inhale the good oxygen, inhale that change of the blood circulation, how this improve, right? I hope you everyone know that. So this is generate in your mind. So you develop in your mental health. Through the mental health, you develop in your physical health. So this is an interrelationship between the physical, mental, social factors. Without one, you cannot go. One single finger, you cannot clap. With your 2 fingers, you cannot clap. With your 3 fingers, you cannot clap. With your 4 clap, you cannot clap. That is not called clap. So now you know, if you want to clap, we need to both hand. So every components are needed to develop in our health. So we are intake in the good health oxygen. So what happened? We can develop in our happiness. So the yoga teach to us the breathing techniques, a different type of breathing techniques. Later I will inform to you that breathing techniques and cleaning techniques that is help to develop in your breathing abilities. So inhale and exhale properly. You inhale more air, more oxygen inhale. Then you are deeply inhale, longly breathing, longly breathe out. So then you feel you are comfortable, you enough to generate in your body because of this technique. So this technique only we can learn from the yoga. We cannot learn from these exercises. We cannot learn for the physical activity, because especially the yoga activities, yoga exercises, separately they are fixed meditation and breathing techniques. These are two fact easy to develop in your mental and physical. Right? Next one, the function of all system. Right? You know, human body having different type of systems. The system's function is properly. If you are affected from the cornea, if you are doing regularly some specific yoga exercises, you are minimized, you are avoiding from the cornea operation. That is true. Lot of research articles are there. So a lot of leading diseases, especially for cancer, heart attack, cancer we cannot stop. So if you are visited to the Maharahama hospital, they have specialists from India. They can teach to different type of yoga exercises to cancer patients. In my students also past year, he did it from one research, the breast cancer. She working with the Maharahama hospital. She found the improvement from the patients. When they are started to yoga activities, specific yoga activities, after the yoga activities, they are improve their health status. So for example, when they are cancer's time, they are lost their hair. When they are starting the yoga activities, little bit, their hair will grow. That is true. So this is very essential. So function in all the system of our body, circulatory system, digestive system, reproductive system, right? We can later discuss because the yoga, the very essential for the pregnancy mothers, right? So every system of the body, muscular system, we can tune in our body muscles. Not only the whole system, every sports person, cricketer, rugby player, etc. Every sports person also need the yoga activities. They have the different asanas, yoga exercises. When we are starting the yoga exercises, at the time, we need to follow the yogi foods. I show you yogi foods. The yogi food is totally different. That food habit also change in our life. So we can create in our lifestyle is better. Because the yogi foods are fully pure and vegetable and fruits. So then they are give the guidelines. The pyramid is different. So we can follow that nutrition factors, food habits. Definitely we can feel health. Because simultaneously, these both they are providing. So yeah, we are eating in different type of foods and we can follow the yoga activities that is not affect in your health, in your mind and your social factors. That is true. So that's why we need to follow the yogi foods also. So what is mean by yogi foods? I will tell later. So increase in your intake of oxygen, enhance the functions of all systems. So all the system work properly. If we are breathing properly, in our circular system is working properly, so lungs in function is properly, heart is function properly, so we are minimizing the chronic heart diseases, the non-communicable diseases. So we can minimize. In our muscular function is properly there. We have foot flexibilities. So we can able to work more time. because in our muscles functions are proper, contraction and relaxation is perfect. We can feel physically we are fit because we are longer period is working. So then every system need to develop. So every system having chain lock. One depend on one depend on one depend on one. So that's why the yoga is very important. Effect on emotions. You know, emotions function is very important. If you easy to adapt emotions, you cannot control yourself. Self-control. So how to build in your self-control? How to build the self-control person? Self-actualization person. You know, Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi, they are self-actualization persons. Abraham, they self-actualization persons. How they are become the self-actualization person? Because they are stable mindset. So they are take the decisions perfect. So how? They are minimize the emotional attacks. Some people are attacked through the emotions. So you need to identify which one is good, then you can go forward. If you are not controlling your emotion, if you are not controlling your stress, you are lost in your life. So in your lifespan is changed. You cannot enjoy in your life. Life is short. Everyone accept it. Today we are living, tomorrow we are there or not. We cannot predict. So between the short periods, every human being are thought they are the superior. No one is superior in the world. Everyone is equal. That's why the self-actualization teach to us. So during the yoga activities, you minimize in your psychological factors. So become in your better life. So the psychological factors are related to the mental health, stress, anxiety, self-esteem, ego, emotional factors. So one is occur in your mind, you cannot be a stable person. So we can easy to attack to you because your mindset is not fit. Your mind is not fit. You are not mentally, you are not healthy. So mentally you are fit. You are a very healthy person. So how you are overcome, that's called emotional intelligence. So you need to fit in your mind. So how to build in your mind? How to build in your self-confidence? Through the yoga activities, through the meditations, through the breathing, through the physical activities. So that's why the yoga exercises are very important to every human being. I hope everyone know the simply I am telling you the yoga activities, yoga exercises lead to minimize in our diseases. So physical activity, next we are moved to the physical activity. That's why I'm taking the two components. But it's totally two different track. Totally two different track. But I'm talking the both because somewhat these are both are you are doing in your regular, you can including in your regular work plan these tools. I explain why how this possible. The World Health Organization defined what is mean health, physical activity. Physical activity as an bodily movement protected by skeletal muscles that require energy expenditures. Physical activity improve the health. Right? The physical exercise is different, physical activity is different. Yoga exercise is different. So this you don't mix it with both. Physical activity refers to all movement, including during the leisure time. That's why you see this, I am talking these two components. If the yoga activities also, when you go for the beach side, when you go for the river side, when you go for the mountain side, when you feel some comfortable place, you can do the yoga activities. Otherwise, when you go for the office, before starting in your office works, you sit on your office room, that on the chair, in your office chair, you can do some sitting asanas, sitting yoga exercise, sitting breathing within 5 minutes. This is that type of activities generate in your mind. So when starting the generate of the mind, then automatically that full day you will happy. Your mindset is happy. Day by day by day by day by increase in your mental capacity, then automatically in your output of the work will increased. That's why you see that every school in Sri Lanka, in the morning session, they are put it in the morning physical activity. All the students need to participate. So half an hour or 15 minutes, because before starting the studies activities, they need to generate in your muscles, they need to generate in your mental, they need to generate in your whole body systems. After that activity, when you enter the classroom, you feel free. If you are doing correctly, you do feel free. This is indirectly, this is called externally, you motivate from others to develop in your physical, mental, social health factors when starting the physical activity in the schools. Now you see in the private sectors, offices, companies, they are started, especially for India in another countries, they are before starting the work, they are play the music in the common, then every employers, they're doing any kind of physical activities. For example, they are dancing, they are simply walking, they are simply jogging, they are move some hand movements here and there. So that is called the physical activity. So then that activities they are do when they are starting with the music, they are doing the activity. The two components are developed in the one time. They are listening the music, that through the music they are generate the mind, the through the mind freshness they are feel comfortable, they are not feel the tired, they are not feel the fatigue, so then they are doing the activities continuously. So there's a two component, mental and physical component are developed through this activity, because the every private sectors nowadays they are started to develop their employers physical and mental health, because they want to take the output from the employers, right? If they are affected from the diseases, the companies are lost, because the one person is lost, they cannot replace because he is experienced staff. So this is a mechanism is there. That's why they are put it that physical activity program every 15 minutes or 20 minutes in the early morning before starting the work. On the spot they are doing it. Where they are standing, they are doing the exercises. So these physical activities lead to improve their health, right? So when they are starting the physical activity, that is develop their happiness also. If you have the lesser time, that time also you can do it. You go within the past years, in the 5, 10, 20, 25 years, 50 years back, in your grandma, in your mother, like you can go in your generation people. They are woke up in early. They are start the life early morning. So at the early morning time, they have good sunlight. They are breathe good air. From the early morning to until night, they are working properly, but they doesn't know any other principles of exercise, principles of physical activities. When they are starting the sweeping in this hall, then they are cooking time, wash the cloth. Indirectly, they are developed, but they doesn't know any other uh, scientific principles. But now is science is developed, life is developed, but we cannot identify, we cannot follow that. Why? Because of sedentary lifestyle. We are always go behind the television. We are always go behind the computer. We are always go behind the sleeping. We are always go for different type of activities. So this is a lead to becoming we are disease people. So this is a lifestyle. You see the video games, mobile, television, listen to musics. So then now start in our life, we are not involved the physicality. So lack of physicality because of sedentary lifestyle. Right? So this lifestyle lead to chronic non-communicable diseases. So how we can minimize it? So when we are involved the physical activity, we are improving our health, reducing developing the several diseases, reducing our injuries. So that's why I am taking these two applications. Do you develop in your mental health? You are developing your physical health. You are developing your social health. Become a good, healthy person. So then two sources there. One is yoga and yoga food activities. Yoga exercises, and you need to follow the yogi foods, and you go for the physical activity. Physical activity, you no need to worry about that. You no need to follow the scientific principles. You need to follow, no need to follow the good place, good time. Right? You have small place inside the room. You play the song and you do the dance. You do some free hand exercises. Why I am telling you this two components, but please you want to share this knowledge to in your adults, in your elders, in your parents, in your grandparents, in your brothers and in your sisters, in your neighbors, because now the currently the every developed and developing countries are suffering from the diseases, non-communicable diseases, right? Because of they are sedentary lifestyle. sedentary lifestyle and in their food habits lead to their new generation to different type of lifestyle. You see now the new generations go behind the different type of lifestyle. They are working with the call centers or private companies. The early morning to midnight they are working. They don't have to time to go for the shopping. They don't have to go for the uh, entertainment. They cannot time to go with the family. They cannot spend with the time with the parents, child, wife. So this lifestyle now they are creating because they want to money, so they go behind the money. They don't have find the time, so they are always with the computer, with the office, with the work. So how can they do the job? Sorry, shopping. How can they go for the less activities? No, they cannot. Now the technology is developed. If you no need to go for the US, if you no need to go for the India, you no need to go for the New Zealand, because the technology development, you can go to see through the medias, through the 3D animations, you can observe the from every tourist place in the different countries from one room. Now this lifestyle is changed. So you are working with video games. This sedentary lifestyle affect in your body, in mind, because you are fully stressed. So you early morning to night working because of money, you need to complete this task. So then you stress. So how can spend the time to with you? So you lack of physical activity. So that lack of physical activity lead to you become a obesity person. You become a chronic disease person. You become a diabetes person. How we can minimize? You need to go for physical activity. You need to go for the yoga exercises, because you reduce in your injuries, you reduce in your diseases, you maintain in your health. So early morning to evening, you are working with the computer call center, computer centers. Likewise, you are working in here and different environment. So now the technology is developed and you can order everything in online, door delivery. So when you are planning to go for shopping from here to shopping mahal, at least you can walk and you can step it some upstairs and down and upstairs and down. You are searching some cloth and here and there, then you are buying something from this shop to that shop. Then you have the little bit physical activity. That also now change because of in your lifestyle. But you order it everything, you pay from the credit card and pay from in your ATM card. So then they are knocked in the door, they are delivered and go back. So you cannot walk. At least when you from the master chairs too, you can sometime you are not go for the bathroom also. This type of lifestyle you're creating as a younger generation. You feel this is comfortable? You feel this is essential for us? This is not in the lifestyle. This is, we are creating in the bad environmental around us. This environmental lead to become a unhealthy person. Because in our new generation, new millennium teach to us in the different type of lifestyle. Now you see that all the Western peoples are turned back to the traditional life. They are following the South Asian tradition. They are following in now with the Indian tradition, because they are understood this life is lead to disease. They came back to from the country, but we are go behind the Western culture. So that's we need to change. We need to change in our lifestyle. So how it's possible? How it's possible? We need to do the physical activities. So the physical activity is essential to minimize, to develop or reduce the risk of diseases and reducing injuries, right? So I am not to explain too much of this physical activity. When you are go do the cycling, when you are walking, when you are jogging, when you are skipping, when you are standing, when you are um, washing the cloth, right? Now you see the technology is developed. Then the before in my grandmother wash the cloth by hand. Now nobody cannot wash the cloth by hand, because every houses are mostly 90% they have the washing machine. They have using the grinders, they have using the mixie. So then kitchen work also they are very less. Now everywhere they are using the cylinders and current and everything. It's a lifestyle is changed. Lifestyle is modern because of lack of time. Now you see when you are visited to Colombo, when you are staying in the Colombo, the every employers inside the car they are eating the breakfast. When they are walking, get down the bus, then straightly go for the pastry shop. They take the small short eats. Then they are when on the road by walk they are eating. So they are not respect to the food, then same time they don't have time to enjoy the breakfast, they don't have time to enjoy the lunch, they don't have enjoy the uh, dinner. So how they are creating their leisure activities, how they are generate the happy mood, how if they are not spend the time with the family, if they are not spend with the peers, if they are not spend with the friends, if they are not spend the time with the parents, how they are generate the mental happy? This is my question. Always they are going fully work, so they are only satisfied by the work, but that continuously work indirectly they don't know lack of physical activity, indirectly lack of treat to the mental. They are not mingled with the society, they are not mingled with the social people. If they are not socialization person, they are become a separate from the environmental. So the separatism is lead to stress. So the stress is lead to unnecessary diseases to every human being. So how we can minimize? We need to involve at least every day 10 minutes or 15 minutes with the enjoyment activities, with the yoga activities, to develop in your mental, physical, and social health. Right? If you are not followed this, definitely this is lead to in your diseases. Sedentary lifespan is mean lack of activity, irregular activity. If you are not go for the regular activities, because that's why I'm telling you, I already told you, because we are watching the TV fully. Only we are sit and watch the TV. Eating, during the eating, we are watching the TV. When we are take the lunch, we are taking the We are not wash the hand, we are not wash the plate. On one place we can see morning to evening, afternoon we can wash the cereal. So this is not good habit. These habits are lead to develop in a, so we are not fit, we are not go for the regular activity. So then you see physically we are same like broiler chicken, right? So broiler chicken, so we are not a stronger person, right? People are less activity nowadays, hardly becomes a very dangerous situations. So then people need to do the regular activities, otherwise they are affected from the diseases, right? So then our unnecessary habits, that is also sometimes you feel this that in our life, modern life, every people thought this, if you are follow or you have that habits of smoking, the younger people you feel the smoking is one of fashion. No, there is very dangerous habits. That is very dangerous habits. Smoking, alcohol, drug, right? This is very dangerous habits. So when you are addict in the smoking habits, so lack of physical activity, you are regularly you are doing smoking, smoking cigarette. So then smoking lead to effect in your lungs. So that is effect lead to the non-communicable disease, especially for cancer. That smoking is very danger. This is lead to die early, right? So this habits, smoking, alcohol, this is also lead to diseases, and you become a unhealthy person, right? So how we can minimize these factors? We need to do the regular physical activity. So walking. So every human being, you want to go for the walking. Jogging. Do some physical exercises. Skipping, dancing, right? Every day by day activities also, the physical activities is very important, right? The key factors of right. Regular physical activity providing significant physical and mental health benefits. Here we can categorize adults, adolescents, child, right? So every category peoples, child, adolescents, adults, pregnant mothers, diabetes patients, obesity patients, cancer patients, uh, chronic heart disease patients, blood pressure patients, everyone need to physical activity and yoga activities. Because this in our lifespan, lifestyle only creating in the bad environmental, bad life. So consciously or unconsciously, we are follow that. So this is very danger. So we are not go for the physical activity. We are not go for the yoga exercises. We are not go for the exercises. So how we can maintaining in our body balance? So if we are go for the regular, then key factors we can discuss now. Then regular physical activity that is providing the physical and mental and social, emotional benefits. If you are not go for the regular yoga exercises, if you are not go for the regular physical activities, that is effect to us. In adults, physical activity contribute the non-communicable diseases, such as cardiovascular diseases, cancers, diabetes, obesity. They are reducing the psychological factors, and they are developing the brain and overall well-being person. Now, you above 40 years, they are easy to affect diseases, right? So then, if they are not go for the physical activity, sometimes you ask the question from in your mind, only for physical activity. In my parents are regularly go for physical activity, but they have the diseases. They have, that is some extensions, right? But before that 40 years, you want to check their lifestyle. Sometimes they are using the alcohol. They are using the smoking. After 50, after 60, effect from the diseases, they are stop it by time. They are reduced. They are using that habits. That is not correct because already they are affected. If the blood pressure is increased or blood pressure is low, the cholesterol is increased, or obesity will occur, then we need to maintaining in our body fat. We need to reduce in our body fat. If we are not do the regular physical activity, that is go to lead the death. Now you see that world percentage of people, more than 5,000 people are dead every day because of alcohol, right? So every person need to regular physical activity, especially who are affected from the chronic diseases and non-communicable diseases, psychological affected. So they need to follow the physical activity. They need to follow the yoga activities. Definitely, they are reduce their diseases. I am not saying there are researchers are says when you are depressions, that time you go for the physical activities. When they go for the yoga activities, then day by day by day by day by day by day by you are reducing your depression and anxieties. That is true. You develop in your brain health, it's mental health, right? Develop in your mental health. Right? The children's improve for motor skills, right? Cognitive skills, right? When they are doing the physical activity, you see the children's before the when the physical activity start, every human being physical activity start from the mother womb. So first playground in your mother womb. So at the time that you are starting your physical activity, who is the first teacher of your teacher? Your mother is the teacher. So after the born, every month, every stage in your growth will develop. So at the time you start the movement, you turn your body, sliding in your body, try to start for the four legs. Then you start the standing. At the time fall down. At the time standing. This physical activity start from the beginning as a child. Then you walking. Then you running. Then you start simple playing. So the childhood time is very essential age to develop in your motor ability. Cognitive skills you developed. At the time the brain is developed. So their musculars also developed, the muscles also developed. So they don't know, they don't have any other idea about the physical activities, but they are doing. %31 of adults and 80% of 31% of adults and 80% of adolescents do not meet the recommended level of physical activity. You see. So now the globalized researchers are says 2020 to 2030. Most of the peoples are affected from the non-communicable diseases. Why? Because the lack of physical activity. Lack of physical activity. So we are doing simple physical activities. Definitely, we are developed in our physical health and mental health. So in our lifestyle is change. We are creating the new lifestyle. So we are creating the lifestyle away from the natural environment. So automatically we are go away from the natural environment. So we can go with the wrong way. We don't have any other time to do the exercises or physical activities or yoga exercises. So that's why we are go for the danger zone. Right? Okay. Now we can move to before the. Now you see everyone, you know that how to do the physical activity. But I hope then sometime you know, then most of the peoples are not familiar with in the yoga exercises. So before starting, this is kind of yoga exercise. This is the Surya Namaskar only enough to do everyone to develop in your mental. Other asanas is no need. If you go through the YouTube, you can follow, type it the Surya Namaskar, then automatically you identify how to do the Surya Namaskar, how the benefits are there. So then if you are doing only 10 minutes, only 15 minutes, you are doing the Surya Namaskar one side and another side, definitely you are developing your mental and health, social and physical health, and you are reducing the emotional also. Yoga is means balance the harm in your body and the mind in your emotional level, right? That's a very important, very important. That's why you enjoy in your time, you can do it. Enjoy in your time, you can do the physical activity. So indirectly you are developed in your, so that you want to change in your lifestyle. As a healthy person, your life you carrying in the long period. So before starting this yoga exercises, right, that is very essential to do the loosening exercises. What is loosening exercises? You relax in your body. If sometimes some part of in your body is very tight, or you want to lose that particular areas. Simple jogging, there is losing in your body, right? So that's the exercise and yoga exercise totally different. You are following some guidelines. So before starting your yoga exercises, because everyone you know physical activities, how to do the physical activities, this is a simple to every human being. Sometimes you go for the beach side as is Colombo, sometimes you go for the Torrentons. Likewise, everyone go for the walking, everyone go for the jogging, everyone using that earphones, and they are walking, they are doing some free hand exercises. So then everyone, I hope you are familiar with in the physical activity. Then you go within your family, then your mother doing the morning to evening activities, there is physical activity. Then you go for the grandmother house, she doing more additional activities, that is in your physical activity. So then every human being, the day by day you are doing some physical activity. There is not necessary to explain more details. That's why I am come to explain the yoga exercises, because this is a new for everyone, right? So I think some students have followed this, but anyhow, this is sometime this is new for you. Then before starting the yoga exercises, you want to do some loosening exercises. That's relaxed exercises. Then you want to loosen your joints. That exercises are there. I am only touching the top points of these exercises. Then you loosening of the hip, loosening of the knee joints, and you need to do some loosening exercise, front and back bending, side bending, twist your waist, right? Rotate in your shoulders and do some neck exercises and some back stretch exercises. This is a loosening exercises. Uh, Before starting the yoga exercises, you keep uh, comfortable in your body. Otherwise, you cannot go for uh, proper posture activities, right? So can I? Okay.
I'm gonna sit up on a little blanket if you have one. If not, that's all right.
Before starting the
seat,
before
and we'll
starting
work right away
the exercise,
to
you can
sit
take
up
some
as tall as you
guidance like
can.
this through the video.
Allow the shoulders to relax. And we have begun. We will tuck the chin just slightly, feel a lengthening in the back of the neck. And as you're ready, I'll invite you to close your eyes here or soften your gaze down gently past your nose. So in this starting position, the shoulders are relaxed. We're actively sitting up tall. We find this almost slightly reverent bow. We tuck the chin, lengthen through the back of the neck. We draw our attention inward by closing the eyes or softening the gaze. And just begin to observe, notice where you might be craving to move or fidget or scratch. And we want to just kind of approach this. I want to invite all of us, myself included, to approach this with loving kindness. So if you are fidgeting, scratching, uncomfortable, can't sit up tall, there's no harm in noticing that. There's no judgment. It's all good. We're simply noticing, simply taking stock, expanding our awareness. Now slowly bring your hands together at your chest, palms together in prayer at the heart. And even in the small gestures such as this one, you can think about how you move. So how you bring your hands together can be meaningful. It can help influence how you feel on the mat. Just something to pay attention to, plant a little seed. How you move matters. Now drop your chin to your chest, bow your head to your hands. And take a deep breath in. And a nice slow exhale out. Again, deep breath in. And long breath out. One more time like this. Inhale in. And this time as you exhale, slow and steady, release the hands, palm face up on your knees. Lift your chest, open your eyes, and relax the shoulders down. Just take a quiet moment here to observe how you feel. Great, now we'll flip the palms, still on the knees here, and we're gonna start to move in a circular motion with the sternum, the chest. So we're starting to create some movement here in the body, moving the chest forward, around, and back, starting to move the rib cage. Feel the belly move. And then reverse the circle. You can make it as big as you like, checking in with the shoulders, the neck, the hips. And then bring it back to center. Think about aligning, your head over your heart and your heart right over your center. Fingertips come to your sides. Inhale, reach all the way up. Big breath, big stretch. As you exhale, float the fingertips down. You can even give them a little wiggle. Good, inhale, reach up towards the sky, big breath, big stretch, and exhale, wiggle the fingertips, float them down. One more time, synchronizing the breath with the movement and the movement with the breath. That's what we're here for. Lovely. A gentle twist. You're going to take the left hand to the top of the right knee. Right fingertips come right behind the spine. tuck your chin, look down. And then from the base of the pelvis, you're going to slowly draw energy up, then keep traveling up the low back, the mid back, and then all the way up through the neck as you lift the chin and slowly begin to journey into the twist. Keep breathing here, deep inhalations and long exhalations. All right, now keep the left hand where it is on the right knee. You're going to bring the right fingertips back. Right fingertips reach up towards the sky and then over into a side body stretch. If this is feeling way too jammed up for you here, just release the left hand to the ground and take the side body stretch here. So we always have options. Feel it out and then respond to that feeling mindfully with your breath. All right, bring it back to center. I'm going to take it all to the other side. So right hand comes to the left knee, left fingertips behind. Drop the chin down first. Lift up. Think about drawing energy up from the base of the pelvis. Start to lift up. Navel might draw in a little as you slowly travel up the spine. Chest begins to lift, neck begins to lengthen, and we start to gently journey into the twist using the breath to lift up, lengthen through the spine. Using your exhale to soften slowly into the twist, not pushing or forcing anything. You have to bring the breath. Nice conscious breath. Keep the right hand where it is, left fingertips release. We think up and over here as we come into a side body stretch. And again, if this is too much of a bind in the front body, just release the right hand to the ground, or maybe that just feels better for you today. Finding side body stretch here. Nice, then bring it back up.
Right. I stopped that video because before starting the yoga activities, you need to do some loosening exercises. That's why I'm demonstrating the loosening exercises. So when I think everyone hope you watch that video. Then when starting the exercises, they are concentrate their breathing techniques. They follow the deep breathe and deep exhale. So that is very important. That is very important. So when you are starting the yoga exercises, especially every human being, you started by Surya Namaskar. That is very important, right? That is very important. That's why I am talking this topic, because very easy to we can follow that, right? How do we do the Surya Namaskar? Surya Namaskar is a well-known vital techniques yoga practices. It's a very most full juice method. That's why I'm telling you every day 5 to 15 minutes of practice daily. That's enough. Lot of beneficial results you get from this activity. You don't need to spend more time. You find only 10-15 minutes time. Regularly you are doing this activity every day, morning or evening. This morning is very comfortable time to do the yoga exercise. Comfortable time to do the Surya Namaskar. Then you have some follow rules. The Surya Namaskar means sun salutation. This is we are shallot up in our sun. This is having the 12 series of physical postures. Already I told you. We have different type of postures. Every posture, standing postures, sitting postures, laying postures, supine postures. Right? This is postures is wrong. That postures lead to the different type of diseases also. So that's Surya Namaskar having the 12 steps, 12 postures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So first start from the first step to 12 step. In between first and two, you have some breathing mechanism. That is a very important when you are doing the yoga, Surya Namaskar. That's why this is very important. This only enough to develop in your lifestyle. You can creating the better life only you are doing this Surya Namaskar. If you have time, you reduce in your stress, you reduce in your psychological attacks, you reduce in your obesity, you reduce in your fat, you reduce in your chronic diseases, you reduce in your cancer. But except the Surya Namaskar, different type of asanas was there, the specific asanas to related the specific disease, right? So this is the basic. The 12 steps means 12 asanas are inside, 12 exercises are inside. The first step, one asana, one exercise. Second step, one asana, one step. The in between the first and two asanas, when you are changing the body postures, at the time you must inhale and exhale or inhale the holding the breath. So when we are starting the hold the breath, now we can hold the breath in the few seconds. When we are practicing this asanas, this Surya Namaskar, after 1 week, 2 week, we identify in ourselves when our breath hold time has been increased. So then we have to easy to identify in our breathing capacity. Right? So before starting this Surya Namaskar, you no need to eat more foods. This essential time is morning, but evening also we can do, no problem. But it's a very fine time to do the yoga exercises in the morning. Right? So what are the benefits as are there only for the Surya Namaskar? Already we are discussing what are the benefits in that yoga exercise. Same is reflecting here, right? You develop in your systems, all the systems, especially you are developed, right? So all the system, I am not go for again this exercise, but when you are starting the Surya Namaskar, that is very important to develop in your first and second steps. You start from the first, right? First, so you start in the first exercise. At the time you want to what, then you can see your all the systems are working properly, right? This is a Surya Namaskar postures. First, you see starting and finishing, both are same. When you are starting, at the time you want to inhale. Now inhale means the first starting position. You watch it. You can go through the internet is available, the Surya Namaskar. Please, you want to do this exercise. But now you see, before you enter the university, then some department students, you are lack of physical activities. When you are staying in the houses, you lack of physical activity. So that you need to find the time to do the physical activity. When you enter the university, you have to go some departments you trust to for your academic work. So you don't have find the time to do the activities. So you need to find the activities. When you are change the climates, when you are come to the Sabragamua, here is in your oxygen consume is less. So then you need to have some issues in your respiratory system. So then you want to find in your good exercises before you enter the here, because this is not, I am not, it's telling true, because you need to develop in your physical health. So how you can develop through the physical activity, through the yoga exercises. So first you starting and finishing exercise. At the time you need to breathing and hold the breath, hold the breath, hold the breath, then hold the breath few seconds. Second, when you are doing the first exercise, you bend behind it. You see, this is a one kind of asanas. That time you need to, what will you want to do? You want to inhale. Here I mention everything. Inhale, inhale. So go with the second step. You want to exhale near. So then when you are doing the inhale, at the moment you hold in the postures. This is called the postures. This postures, what we want to do, you want to keep the breath inside up to 2 seconds movement. So when you are bend it, at the time you exhale, deep breathe out. So that's why same one, you see that third one, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You try to from tomorrow for this Surya Namaskar. Definitely you become a good person, right? Good person. So this is, I am only demonstrate for you this what is behind this mechanism. Here you see in your postures developed, in your muscular function is okay, your flexibility is developed, you reduce in your stress level, you reduce in your fat, you reduce in your blood pressure level. So this is a mechanism. So only one activity is enough. So then the yoga exercises and that physical activity. So both, you no need to find the time. You find the lesser time also you can do. When you find the good time, the less time, you can start this activity. Definitely you are become a better person, healthy person. So then you can come under the World Health Organization definition: physically, mentally, socially, emotionally. Now they are at it in the spiritual also. Then you can be good person. So if you have become a good person, you have become a self-actualization person. So self-actualization person, very peace mind. They are take the decision is perfect. They are talk with other peoples. They love others. They dedicate others. They help to others. They are not criticized to others. They are not ego with others because of this physical activity. This also is yoga. So mentally, physically, socially, well-being person as a healthy person. So you become a healthy person, right? So this type, lot of asanas are there. So then we need to worry about that, right? So I am going to conclude that my lectures. So I wanted to share within my few knowledge regarding this last. So then uh, so then right. I already told you different type of asanas are there, right? So different type of asanas are there. So we need to go with the different type of asanas, different type of physical activities also there. So then now I conclude that, then you want to watch it, that conclude that the regular physical activities, right? Regular physical activities and the regular yoga activities, the regular physical activities, the regular yoga activities improve body compositions, autumn increase the blood flow, improve your insulin level, reducing your cancer, right? The reducing your all the unnecessary diseases, cancers, obesity, chronic heart diseases, diabetes, the change the insulin's level, right? Develop in your motor skills, develop in your psychomotor abilities, develop in your cognitive abilities. So this changed because of regular physical activities, regular yoga activities, right? So this is just my conclusion. So when you are starting in your, when you find the time, so then you know the two important exercises, yoga exercises and physical activities. So very essential to develop in your mental, physical and social. If you are physically health, mentally health, you can find the good, you can create in the better life in your life, because life is short. So then we need to find the good life. So we have, after the married, we need to find a good family environment. So how we can create in the family environment? We need to change in our life system, right? So we need to creating the time to work. We need to creating the spend the time with the parents. We need to creating the time to spend the family. We need to creating the time to leisure, time to the activities, right? So this is important to us to help in our lifestyle. So when we are changed in our lifestyle, when we are changed in the lifestyle, we need to develop in our life, right? So we stop in our bad habits, especially for smoking. If you are doing smoking, that is lead to unnecessary diseases. So what we want to do, you need to do some physical activities to minimize this issue, right? The minimize this issue. So if you are using the alcohol, you need to minimize in your disease when you are involved in your activities, right? Right. This is I am telling you last the diet plan. When you are starting the diet plan, the proper yoga food, proper diet. That is also come together when you are starting a yoga exercise. Yogi diet is different. This is easy to diet. Balance in your pure and fresh vegetables and foods you want to eat. This is help to develop in your mind and body. So you need to follow this. I hope at least 50-60% of the people are follow this physical activities or yoga activities in your home, and you want to share this in your who are affected from the chronic heart diseases, who are affected from the stroke, who are affected from the cholesterol, who are affected from the high blood pressure, who are affected from the diabetes, bone joint problems, cancer, mental illnesses, mental problems, memory lost, memory lost. So these people, you need to advise to them to do at least 10 minutes one day for Surya Namaskar, or 15 minutes one day, any kind of physical activities to reduce these issues. At the same time, you need to advise to them they are follow the good proper food chart. Right? So you see that said how much of breathing one day we are doing. Inhale and exhale. $21,600 per day. So inhale in our breathe and breathe out. This thought that develop in our alpha, beta, theta waves in our mind. So this is a conscious mind, unconscious mind. So this is also developed. So then you need to advise to them, and you need to do the yoga exercises. And when they are starting the yoga exercises and meditations, so then proper relaxation also very important. When you go with the exercise, after the exercise, you can see here, then fully relaxation, deep relaxation techniques, instant relaxation technique, quickness relaxation techniques. So you want to relax in your body, then through the relaxation, you develop in your mental health and relax in your body fully. This is help to in your life. So please, from today itself or tomorrow, you start in at least 10 minutes, especially for the younger girls, younger boys. If you have some bad habits, right, within your peers, in some girls are eating and watching the TV, you are not doing any other physical activity, sedentary habits you have more. You have added with the phone, you added with the TV games. So then you need to do the activities because you need to maintain in your bodies. You need to tune your body. You need to increase in your body muscles tone. So then only you have become a very pretty and handsome people. If you are not maintaining the healthy, you are not the fit person. So then you cannot bring the country in the top level. So every one person, every human citizen, every citizens are made the mistake that is a lead to damage in the whole country. So I hope you enjoy this knowledge with me. Whatever you follow this activity from after this lecture, then you find some people in your relations who are affected from the non-communicable diseases. Please advise to them to do physical activities. So advise to them to do the yoga exercises. Then you see, if you have obesity, if you have cholesterol, if you have go for any kind of chronic diseases or non-communicable diseases, when you discuss the consult with the doctors, what the doctors are says, you go for the walking, you go for the exercise, you go for the physical activities, right? Because that is on the solution to develop in your health. So nowadays we are in the different type of mass lifestyle. We are go behind the money, so we need to minimize, and we need to create in the new lifestyle to our better life. Thank you very much listening my lectures to everyone, And then thank you, Lahanuri, giving this chance to me and the orientation um, group who are invited me, and especially I thank for the Dean of the Faculty Applied Sciences giving this good opportunity to share my knowledge to with the new students. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And I would like to extend my heartiest thanks for the Dr. Jonathan for joining us today. And as a respected expert in the sports science and holistic well-being, so Dr. Jonathan has provided invaluable insights to the integrating the yoga into the athletic training, and his experts and enhancing performance, mental health, and overall well-being. Truly, the yoga is truly commendable, and we appreciate the practical tips that shared and which will help athletes incorporate their practices into their routines. So once again, thank you, Dr. Jonathan, for your enlightening sessions, and thanking everyone for your active participation.